guys. We're back up in Vermont, but we made a recent trip down to the Cape and got a lot of work done up on the foredeck. But one of the things that I also did was have breakfast on board. And it ended up being like a 26-minute, I've got to chop down some now, but a 26-minute little breakfast thing. And it was taking up so much time in the middle of my regular video of the work I was doing. I said, okay, we're just going to do a little short video, and it's called Breakfast Aboard. So not a big deal, but I thought I'd just throw this in there. This is coming out, but there's going to be a couple of videos coming out about the work that I got accomplished on the boat, and we'll bring you up to date as soon as this one is out and is up for a few days. We'll try to get the other ones out. Okay, so hey, thanks for stopping by Restoring Little Girl, and hope you enjoy Breakfast Aboard. Catch you later. One last thing. The night before I had breakfast aboard, I actually had to sleep aboard. I had brought my brother and his family all down to the Cape to spend a couple days with my mom, and they did a lot of vacation stuff. I worked on the boat. They went and did vacation stuff. But in the meantime, I had decided, I said, well, because of sleep, there was only just so much space, because my brother, his wife, and his 18-year-old daughter and his son were all there, and so they all needed sleeping places. So anyway, I just volunteered to sleep on the boat. Kind of miserable. Very hot, steamy night. We're going through some hot weather right now, but about midway through the evening, it cooled off a little bit. I left the companionway open, and it got fairly reasonable, so I ended up about half of a night's sleep. Anyway, so all that was the night before having breakfast aboard. So that's it. I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and let you see the rest of this video. Catch you later, guys. Well, good morning, guys. Out here on board Little Girl, and had a fairly decent night's sleep. And that's now, what time is it? Coming up on 6 o'clock. I woke up at about 5:30, which is right on the schedule. So, anyway, I've been checking and double checking the weather forecast because I had heard that we had some rain coming in down here, but I've checked the Katuitt, which is where I moor when I get the chance. When the boat is in the water, I moor down at Katuitt. I checked the Katuitt forecast for both today and tomorrow, and there's not a lick of rain forecast. There's just a little bit of wind, and basically it's just all cloudy, and which means it's not going to be, quite as hot as I thought it was going to have to be. Up in Vermont, I mean, you get thunderstorms all day and all tomorrow. But we're down here on Cape Cod. We're 3.5 hours south of that, so the forecast down here is very different. My point is, from what I can tell, according to the marine forecast, official marine forecast, there's no rain forecast in this at all. And I think what that means is we're going to be able to go ahead and get that paint up on the foredeck. I brought the plastic with me that I bought last time. That I'm going to try to tape it in place in such a way that as I'm getting this paint on, I can be under it, but not under it. In other words, so it's not going to be suffocating me. And get all that paint on the port and starboard next to the tow rail. And if we get that done today and let it dry for the next, what it was last time was 21 hours. That's what it took. I hate to say that may be all we get done. But that's the way it is. This paint is very long curing. And so we'll see. All right, guys, what I'm going to do, I got to run in the house, get some food out here, set up my table, and have some breakfast, make some coffee, and anyway, we'll get the day started. So welcome to aboard Little Girl this morning, and looking forward to a day of maybe getting some serious things accomplished for the sake of the foredeck. Catch you later. Well, good morning, guys. Back out here, got all my stuff, and thankfully my wife sent some nice strawberries down from Vermont, and I cut up some and I got them on my cereal here, and got sugar. Basically, I got everything. Matter of fact, this time I even remembered to bring one of my mother's muffins out from the house, a half of a muffin. I'm going to have that with my coffee here in a little bit. But anyway, just good morning. Welcome aboard, little girl. My son is wanting to come out here later and do coffee. That's fine. I don't mind. It's just that I eat much earlier than he even gets up. So this is now 7:25, and yeah, it's time for breakfast. I'm starved. So anyway, let's have a prayer. All right. Ask the Lord to bless this day, and especially no rain, and give us no rain, less wind, and I hope that everything works out here to where we get both port and starboard strips along the tow rails, that we can get those painted out today, and that would be a huge blessing just to get that much done. So anyway, we'll see where this goes. Hopefully it's going to be a great day. It looks like it's going to be cloudy all day, which does not hurt my feelings, because I'll tell you, when it is sunny and this muggy, and it is muggy, that could be a rather miserable day to be working up there on the foredeck. So I'm get going here on some breakfast. Thank you, my sweet Sharon Jane, for sending all this stuff down here that I can easily haul out to the boat and have breakfast with. I'm looking forward to it. So good. When I'm at home, I just basically have a banana on my cereal in the morning. But this is what she sent, and she sent it for everybody. It's not just for me. So I cut up 2 of them this morning, put them on my cereal, and it's really good. So anyway. Yeah, last night, or before we left yesterday, I went and checked the bed of my pickup truck, and I realized I almost was ready to leave those big plastic sheets that I bought for putting up over the foredeck when I'm painting. And I said, oh yeah, absolutely. Anyway, so I threw them in there. I've got them, and what I'm going to try to do, and I think I mentioned this last time, is go ahead and tape one edge down to the boat. If I'm working starboard, I'll tape it down to the edge of the boat port, and just drape it over, and then get up underneath it, and on the ladder, get up underneath it on the ladder with my paint, get everything that's set, and just my own head is going to hold it up off the deck, and just get that painting done along the tow rails there. So we'll see how it goes. I'm hoping it's going to work well. That's my plan anyway. Not a real strawberry guy. I like raspberries a whole lot better, but this will do. one of the things about leaving the boat uncovered overnight and the companionway open, I had the hatch pulled all the way back, but I left the companionway open for circulation, and it really helped a lot. But when you leave the cockpit open like that, we're under the pine trees, and you get drips of pine sap, and it is a pain in the tail. And so after breakfast, I'm going to go out here, take some acetone, and just clean up each and every one of those little drops of pine sap that drop during the night, and sweep down the deck. Anyway, I'm going to write a book some days called "Don't Park Under a Pine Tree," and about the 6 years of restoration that little girl has gone through. Anyway. Excuse me. Ironically, when I bought this boat, it was before my dad had dementia and before he died. He was still up and around, and Dad, I said, I kind of asked, got everything set up, bought the boat for $1, and I had it being hauled back here. They were all excited for it. Both Mom and Dad were excited for me. And I asked them ahead of time, well, where can I park the boat? Because, I mean, Dad was still very much, and still is technically. I mean, Mom's the owner of the house and everything. But I asked him where I could put it. And he came over here and he said, you can put it right here, right where it is now. But don't let the nose stick out too far. He didn't want it sticking way out into the yard. And so I had no problem with that. You know what? Never dawned on me that, oh yeah, I got the perfect place to park the boat. They just back it in right here. Let me tell you something. The misery I have gone through with stupid trees and pine sap and crap blowing all over it. But Dad didn't know that, and that's not his responsibility, it's mine. So anyway, enough on that. Let's go ahead and eat. And I'm just glad to be aboard and enjoying my breakfast. We got raspberries that grow right behind the house here on the Cape, and wild. And I thought to pick some, but they're not quite ripe yet. And I'll pick some for Mom later if some of them become ripe. She really likes those. I'll pick some and take them into her. It dawned on me this morning, as I was coming back down the companionway here, that the reason I had basically no airflow in here last night, I've got the tarp still over the whole cabin, for Pete's sake. Well, the tarp stops right here, right at the entrance of the companionway. So no wonder I had almost no circulation. Basically, the companionway being open was about my only circulation last night. Otherwise, it was pretty miserable. good enough. That's enough. She is up and running. Water's on. I think what I'm going to do with this piece of paper towel, kind of clean my table here for a minute. All right. Well, my son asked if he could come out and let me first of all explain. My son is a YouTuber, and he has his own channels on YouTube, and he wanted to kind of do a documentary, boatermentary, I don't know what you want to call it, to come aboard this morning. He said, okay, I don't mind. It feels a little weird for anybody to be doing the shooting but me, but my son actually is a very, very skilled videographer. He does remarkable work. He has a channel called Loud Boy, and it has a lot of it. He did a lot of stuff about Zelda games, watching him play Zelda games, and I'm talking about you're right in he puts you right in the game as you're watching it. You're not watching him, you're watching the game, and he knows anyway. He just has a tremendous amount of skill when it comes to videography. And so I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I'm guessing that when he gets up, which may be a while, I'm gonna if he wants to come on out here, we'll maybe grab a cup of coffee and come on out. For this morning, I like to do my boat coffee in the morning, and we'll do that. Oh, also thank you, Mom. There's a muffin to go with my coffee this morning, which I didn't have last time, and I wish I had. So. Oh boy, what a day. Like I said, I don't mind this, the cloudiness. Maybe it'll stay cooler. It's talking here on the Cape, it's talking mid-80s. But it's going to be muggy. And, yeah, you can live with that as long as you don't have the sun beating down on you and kind of increasing all of it, making it worse. Oh, my mug. I need my mug. What do I have for a mug out here? I don't want to use one of those. All right. Have another one over here? Oh, there it is. Okay, we're whistling. We are whistling. All right. Shut her down. There's the mug. I knew I had one. Let's go ahead and put some sugar in. Did my other thing go down there? It did. There. All right, that's good enough. Some unwelcome pine needles trying to get into my muffin here. Get out of there. Good enough. Coffee's on. Boat coffee's on. Let's see how this comes out. One of my future projects is to build, and I haven't completed the designs on it yet, but it's in my head, is to build a ice box, if you will, underneath my step down over here. I have measured it before and looked into what commercially produced ice boxes go in terms of, it's got to be the right width across between your port and starboard, what do you call them? Well, it's not anymore because this is seating now. Your quarter bursts has to be the right width across between the quarter bursts and the right height to get underneath that step down. And so anyway, I'm going to take some measurements again, but like I said, it's got to be, I want it built right to where you can take it out, but at the same time, it will fit very snugly and nicely underneath the step down, so that in order to access it, all you do is take up that, and what I think it's, I don't know if it's mahogany, whatever it is. Just take it up and open the lid, and there it is, you know. So that's one of my plans. Just like this had no table when I bought the boat for $1. Nothing. I mean, basically, this is stripped inside. Just, you know, you can go back and look at the pictures. And so I said, well, I'm going to have a captain's table. I'm going to have something I can eat at. And so I designed it to put a strip of mahogany underneath here, and it is both screwed and 5200 to the underside of the companionway step. Okay, and so it comes out just about an inch, with a one hole in each end, and the captain's table is built with 2 prongs that go down that perfectly line up, so that when you set those in place, you just fold down your leg and you're solid as a rock in here. And yeah, I remember measuring it out on a very, very, very cold winter's night in here, when I kind of mocked it up with some cardboard and a stick. And yeah, that's how it all begins. But I love it. I love it. You know, that's the fun of having a boat and doing stuff for yourself. You know, you don't have to have somebody make it for you. You just do it. Okay, let's see if we can get this coffee and see how it came out this time. Last time it was perfect. This is what I call boat coffee, and it's nothing but old Maxwell House. Hot. Oh, that's good. Okay. Well, I already prayed, so we're good on that. Go ahead and start eating. Mom makes these awesome muffins. When many years ago, I was working with a church in Conway, New Hampshire, and I was asked to go up to Augusta, Maine, and preach a gospel meeting. And I stayed with the Needles, they're members of the church up there in Augusta. And she made these awesome Raisin Bran muffins. They are so good. and I brought the recipe home and I gave it to my mother, and she's been making them ever since. And we make them too, but Mom is just notorious for making raisin bran muffins. And thank you to Sister Neil from up there. Anyway, boy, time goes on. That was a lot of years ago. A lot of years ago when I had just started in the ministry, like 40 years, 45 years ago, something like that. So, anyway, let's see if this is cool enough to drink it. Yeah, it's good. Hot. Making a mess again. Well, it's nice to feel that breeze. I just thought of it. Maybe I ought to start putting it on my website. Breakfast Weetabix with Weetabix with strawberries. You know, raisin bran muffin and boat coffee. A Maxwell House boat coffee. Anyway, uh, you know, if you can't be out on the water, you know, this is not all. It's not the next best thing, because next best thing can't be anything but on the water. But you know, at least I'm aboard, little girl, and having some enjoyment time. And there's the sun. That wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, we could be warm today. All right, we're good, guys. We'll catch you later.